Hi, I'm Kayce, this is Carly, and our horse Newton, and today I'm going to be talking about bandaging. The first wrap I'm going to demonstrate is a polo wrap. These can be used every day when exercising your horse. It does not support your horse's leg at all. It simply protects your horse's legs from interference from the other legs. To start your polo wrap, you're going to start on the front of your horse's cannon bone and wrap backwards towards their tail. It doesn't matter which direction you wrap, but most people have a preference on which direction, like the trainer that you're working for. So you always want to make sure which direction they like to wrap. Then make one full lap without any wrinkles and slowly go down with even sections every wrap. Then just to the top of the fetlock, wrap around and make a nice little V in the front, and then wrap all the way back up to the top with even laps. When you get to the very top, you're simply just going to secure with the Velcro. And now you've done your polo wrap. The next bandage that I'm going to demonstrate is called a standing wrap. These can be used with a main bandage of either a pillow wrap or a quilt, and then with your wrap over top with either being a track bandage or a knit wrap. You never want to use a polo wrap for a standing wrap. A polo wrap can be wrapped too tightly when doing a standing wrap. You could also use vet wrap or cotton, but you also want to make sure not to pull the vet wrap too tight to cause your horse's legs to cord. And now I'll demonstrate. So to start, I like to hold my knit wrap right in my thigh just to make sure that I have it when I need it. And I can have two hands to wrap with my pillow. You're going to start over the front of the cannon and wrap backwards, just like we did with the polo wrap, making sure everything is nice and tucked in and flat with no wrinkles. Then take your knit wrap, tuck it underneath the last lap of your pillow, and start wrapping. You might use a standing wrap at a horse show to keep your horse's legs from stocking up overnight, or if your horse has a bowed tendon at home. Same way with the polo wrap, you're going to wrap with nice and even laps, up and then down back to the top, and then secure with the Velcro. The next wrap that I'm going to demonstrate is a stack wrap. This can be used with a standing wrap on the bottom as an anchor face, and then another wrap right above the knee to help cover whatever wound or whatever the reason you're using a stack wrap for. To start your stack wrap, you're going to do a standing wrap on the lower half of the leg, lower than usual, to be used as an anchor. Then take your track wrap, tuck in the tail, and do a normal standing wrap. Pull it snug, but not too tight, so that your wrap can still twist and have some give when your horse walks around. Make sure all the wrinkles are out, and so that every single lap is nice and flat. And secure at the top. Then, to do the top part of your wrap, you're going to need a really long track wrap so that you have enough wrap to go all the way down and then all the way back up to help keep the top wrap from slipping. Now I'm going to start the top part of my stack wrap. We're going to start with just a pillow. I like to use a little bit of a smaller pillow just to make it a little easier. And then take your track wrap, tuck in the tail, and then start your wrap. You want to use a really long track wrap so that you can go all the way down on your anchor face to help keep the top wrap from slipping at all. And this wrap doesn't have any Velcro on the end. So instead, I'm going to secure it with masking tape. And now your wrap will stay with your masking tape. And lastly, you want to secure your stack wrap with elasticon at the top to help keep it from sliding down. Just lay it on the leg. You don't want to pull it too tight because that way you could cord your horse's legs by accident. So I like to unroll mine, whatever length I need, and then just lay it on your horse's leg. And then cut with scissors. And you also want to put elasticon at the bottom to keep it from sliding down. But the elasticon at the bottom tends to get really dirty from your horse's stall. Oh, and that was the end of the roll. So I had the perfect length for both sides. Next, I'll demonstrate how to do a wound wrap. You're going to take your clean Telfa pad and dip into whatever antibiotic ointment that you're choosing to use. For this example, I'm just using Vaseline to help keep the Telfa stick to the Newton's leg. Take your Telfa and scoop up the ointment with the Telfa pad to keep the ointment from getting contaminated. For this example, I'm going to pretend that Newton has a wound on his leg right here. I'm going to take my Telfa with the Vaseline and stick it to the leg. The Vaseline and whatever ointment you choose to use will help keep the Telfa to stick to your horse's leg, while you can take your roll gauze and roll over top to help keep the Telfa in place underneath your standing wrap. Then you're going to do a simple standing wrap over top, making sure that there's no kinks or anything in your wrap. And secure with the Velcro. Now, because this is a wound wrap, you want to make sure that nothing can get inside your wrap. So you can also use elasticon at the top to make sure that no dirt or anything will fall into your wrap. You're going to roll out whatever length you need and then just lay it onto your horse's leg and then cut with scissors. And then your wound wrap is good to go. Next, I'm going to demonstrate how to do a foot wrap. But your preparation for your foot wrap starts before, when I like to pre-rip 8 pieces of duct tape, just so to make the duct tape that goes around your horse's foot is a little easier. So I'm going to start with my first piece and just take your duct tape and make kind of like a knit, woven, solid piece of duct tape for your wrap. And then I like to go 4 across and then 4 the other direction. So I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did on the other piece, but I'm going to do it as a separate sheet and then attach the 2 later. And your duct tape doesn't have to be perfect, because at the end, you'll be using your duct tape and trim it with scissors. So you're going to take your second piece and just lay directly over top. And now you have your duct tape X for your horse's foot. And now I'll demonstrate how to do a foot wrap. This can be used if your horse has an abscess and they get their shoe pulled. Then you can put ichthymol in a Telfa pad to help hold the ichthymol in your horse's foot, and then tuck their toe into the diaper. Then you want to pull the little Velcros on the end of your diaper to help hold the diaper on your horse's foot before you put vet wrap around it. Then take your vet wrap and I like to lay it on the front of my horse's foot so that I have a flat surface to stretch the vet wrap around. And you want to be careful not to get your horse's cornet band, because if you do, that could cause damage to your horse's hoof. Wrap all the way around to help keep it nice and flat and protect the diaper. Then, vet wrap is easy enough ripped if you just use your finger. After you have your vet wrap, you're going to take your little X of duct tape and stick it straight under your horse's foot. And simply just fold the sides down. Now that the vet wrap is stuck all the way down, I like to take a couple extra pieces of duct tape to cover any of the spots that the X of duct tape might have missed. Then you can let your horse set their foot down, and with scissors, you can go around and cut and make sure that nothing is covering your horse's cornet band. See how the duct tape doesn't come above it? And then you can also cut little slits to help give a little extra give around your horse's cornet band. And same on the inside. And then I'm going to cut a little slit in the front, just to give them a little extra give. And there you have your hoof wrap. Thank you for watching my bandaging video.